Well, yeah, just going through this yachting magazine. Fully equipped slips for boats up to 200 feet, concierge services. Yes, just give me the electric usage and the actual connections, and then I wanted to know what companies are providing the fuel that's being used to fuel the various yachts. I know that this morning I was walking to the AMPM and I thought, I wonder where bus companies get their fuel. I mean, a bus does take a lot of fuel, doesn't it? Now, there has been, oh my gosh, proudly serving life adventure to begin. Phew. Wouldn't it be nice to be able to sleep on a boat instead of a hardwood floor? But I found out, yes, that the fuel costs of running a bus company can be very expensive. Now, there are what's known as these cards that logging trucks use. Yeah. Where you go to these different locations and then they send you a bill for the amount of fuel that you use, but it's not like a gas station. Right. It's a commercial fueling locations for those that drive semi trucks. But I would think that a lot of these very large yachts, they have pretty good sized tanks on them. I mean, exactly who's providing the fuel? Now, boat fuel is special, or is it just like unleaded gasoline that you put in your vehicle? And then there's this thing about the exhaust. It seems that there's two different fuels, at least two fuels that are used in buses. One has a fuel that it burns away the exhaust that collects in the exhaust system, kind of like a jet fuel for a small heater that goes into the exhaust system so as to create an efficiency so that buses are more ecologically safe. But where's the fuel that burns away the exhaust of these larger? Well, if it's in a bus, right, and it's like a jet fuel where it has a special type of burner where you use a special type of fuel, right, to burn away all the exhaust so as to create efficiencies in the actual bus engine. Um, well, look at here, Clean Way Fuel Fill. Yes. Uh-huh. Easy to use, no more splashes, no fuel soaked rags. I would think that a lot of these larger yachts, they have a similar type of. Well, why don't you get me the very expensive fuel? Now, I have some HHO technology that could heat up that exhaust to 1500 to 2500 degrees. Yes, using an HHO gas generator that happens to be an electric system. Because when you understand the amount, in fact, I know the Environmental Protection Agency requires that all buses are. We can't have the. Why don't you go through the transit systems throughout the United States and find out who's paying the fuel costs of all the buses? Now you got a grant for that, or will it be some? Well, this special fuel that you're using in the exhaust of buses that I could have an HHO gas exhaust eradicator that completely removes all exhaust, so there will be no pollutants. You know, when you think about let's say you had a wind scrubber, all right, because I designed this myself. It's circular in shape and it goes around the muffler. Yes. And you turn it on and you heat it up to about 2000 degrees just in that location, like a water purification system, but it's an exhaust purification system. So you had zero emissions because it would not emit anything that's combustible. Now, I think there might be some money in this, okay? As far fetched as you might. When you have a separate burner system for a bus to reduce the emissions so they're environmentally safe, what's to say that I couldn't put a wind scrubber on the exhaust systems? Now, let's say you have the Crystal 3,412-foot deep sea marine for only $4 million, right? You pull up to the nearest marina, you fill her up. Is there a special exhaust? My golly, there is. Now, for $4 million, you can buy yourself a used boat. They have them.